And welcome to the Cliched Crow. I'm your host, Two-Tone Waffle, and what we're going to be doing is talking about everything to deal with independent creators, content creation, platforms, and more, pretty much. So if you want to go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now on your podcast player of choice, and let's actually get into the meat and potatoes of the episode for tonight, or today, whatever time frame you're listening to this. So tonight we're actually going to be talking about every platform is decent. Yeah, it's decent. I'm not going to say what Twitch is better than Facebook or Facebook is better in some regards to YouTube. It's like up in the air that a lot of these platforms, they serve a basic purpose, which is to facilitate a live streamer or a content creator to do a live stream over the air on that particular platform or service to their audience or potential viewers. And that's basically it. That's all they really are built and designed to do. But the problem is that there are people out there for the past decade, pretty much, since Twitch has been almost 10 years, a little bit over 10 years, that Twitch is the default answer to live streaming, your live stream entertainment. And there's been other kinds of platforms or services that have been trying to get into the market. Some are working out, they're actually doing pretty good. Others are, let's just say, they started with a bang and ended with a whimper. I'm talking about Mixer. I know it's some people say, oh, it's too soon. You can't talk about Mixer. Mixer is still great. Unfortunately, Mixer, this is what, 2 to 3 years, almost, let's say 2.5 years that Mixer has been shut down by Microsoft. They had presented a new way of thinking of doing live streaming in certain avenues, but they were plagued by mismanagement and just overspending. So what happened is that Microsoft just cut the money train, and Mixer broke up with every live streaming content creator over a tweet. Just one day, it says, hey, you got a month and a half to deal with this and find a new home, and good luck. See ya, we're out. But other than that, it's pretty much been just Twitch. YouTube has actually been, it's somewhat in the market of live streaming. They've had their own YouTube gaming. They had a YouTube gaming app where you can stream to the YouTubes of your live streaming gameplay, whatever you're doing, and they'll be showing up in a separate app. YouTube killed it, but they never really got rid of the live streaming aspect. They just moved everything into the overarching YouTube banner and experience. There's been some other smaller players that had came up. We had DLive. It's still kicking, but there are so many controversies with Bitcoins and who owns it, who's taking the money, who's doing this, and they change from one system of cryptocurrency to another, and now it's just become this mismatch of whatever, but it's still around for what it's there. It's not going to be beating the likes of Twitch and YouTube. And we also have Facebook. Facebook is Facebook. That's pretty much where we're going to leave it. They started up just as Mixer, around the same time a Mixer started up, or whenever Microsoft bought Beam and turned it into, or changed the name into Mixer and changed a couple things. So Facebook has been in the live streaming of gaming for a couple years now, but they're hands off. They're not doing much advertising of it. They're not pushing it as hard as they could have. It's just more of it's like a hobby to them. It's just like, oh, it's this fun little thing off to the side. Yeah, we'll just give you like $20 and let you go to the store and find something nice to buy. And that's pretty much it. That's Facebook in a nutshell. Not many people do it, and they're very highly restrictive on the music. Like, you can't, not even like gaming, the game sounds and music within game can get your live streams taken down. You have restrictions on them. So it's not really a great place for it to be a live streamer. So take that with what you will. Some of the newer up and coming platforms and services are Trovo is about what, 3 years, 3 or 4 years. It started out very small. It's still small compared to the likes of Twitch and YouTube. The viewership on Trovo is tiny compared to the others. Let's just say the big two. And a lot of people, when they first hear about Trovo's, oh, it's just Twitch, but green and green colors. Yeah, because you can't really change the formulaic of how a live streaming platform looks. You can, but there's going to be a lot of confused people on how things work or how things are operated if you don't model or take some influence from the likes of Twitch. Because, like I said at the beginning, Twitch has been at the forefront of live streaming for pretty much a decade. So they've worked out how things laid out. You got the live feed, what you're watching. Chat is on the right. About you or about the channel information is just a scroll down the page below of the live feed. And that's pretty much all what a live streaming platform or service is really all about. It's basically the live feed is the meat and potatoes of the content creator and what they're producing to their audience. So there's also some other ones besides Trevo. There's SharePlay that at the time of this recording, it's still not publicly released. They have had some private betas of certain streamers that they've allowed access or set up to do the live streams every once in a while. So there's still like a very, let's say, alpha is more like an alpha, not quite like a beta. But speaking of beta, there's also other places like Glimish. They are a small, pretty much do-it-yourself type of thing that is based off of what drove Mixer using the FTL encoding processor, whatever you want to call it. The system, the gears, the man behind the curtain. That's what FTL is. So their Glimish is like a thing on their own. Clone, who also is created along with a couple other people, created Glimish. They've made it known that they're not in it to be as a competitive against the likes of Twitch, because their level at the moment and in the foreseeable future, they don't have the infrastructure or the backbone. I shouldn't say the backbone. Let's keep it as the infrastructure to compete as a one-to-one against Twitch, because that's just not going to happen. Their viewership is smaller than even Trovo's, and also the amount of streamers that are on there is smaller comparatively to Trovo. But they're there just to be as a community to people who want to just, if you want to try out streaming, try on Glimish. I've talked about this in previous videos on Indie Creator Hub, that if you want to start out streaming and without the pressure of being like always on, you gotta get those numbers, you gotta get it like on Twitch, just to have fun, try new things, just go try it on Glimish and see how it works. You can also do multi-streaming to any of these services without any problem. The problem is that a lot of people, especially on the Twitch side, since it's been a decade of people has so ingrained in the Twitch culture, the culture of itself, that there's the bleed purple back in a couple years ago, where it's like this, not fanatical. It's when Mixer was around and they had Ninja move from Twitch to Mixer. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's done. No one's gonna go to Mixer. That place is stupid. It looks like Twitch but blue." It's just, come on, stop with the brand loyalty. Twitch doesn't care about you. All they care about is how much money you're pumping into their wallets. But a lot of people are so ingrained within a culture of a platform that they can't really see that there are potential other places out there. It happens all the time. And so when someone decides to, even recently within the past year, the recent moves of some large Twitch live streamers moved from Twitch to YouTube, it's brought out the pitchforks and the torches. It says, "Oh, how dare you? We supported you for years and you just leave us just for the bag." So, yeah, YouTube is paying me lots of money to move from Twitch to YouTube. You wouldn't. So no, I have my morals. I'm Twitch all the way. It's like, no, you're not. Twitch doesn't care about you. YouTube, these platforms really don't care about you. All they want you to do is to do your live stream, make them money through subscriptions, bits, donations through their first party services that they provide the live streamer. And that's pretty much it. They really don't care exactly what you're doing or what platform you're loyal to. For all they care is as long as you're making them money, that's all that all matters to them. So that's why I say that every streaming platform is decent. There's not going to be, a, a moment of, oh, Twitch is the best or YouTube is the best. They have their pros and cons for each and every single one of them. There's no like upshot really. The scales of what's bad or good is very small compared to each other. So let's take a look at YouTube, for instance. YouTube has an awesome video playback. If you're watching this right now live, you can actually, if someone came into this stream on YouTube and it's, oh, I missed the past 25 minutes, they can go back and watch 25 minutes at 1.5 or whatever increased speed until they catch up to the live portion. You don't have that on the likes of Twitch. You do have that on Trovo, but you have to be a certain tier sub on that particular channel. It's not site-wide. So I don't really like to push it that way because it's not site-wide. You have to pay money to get that option. But YouTube is the best with that catch-up system. And with Twitch, you don't have that. If you missed out on something, you missed out on it unless you create a clip, and half the time, or I say some of the times, that doesn't work. So you miss out. If you're not there during the actual what happened, you miss out. So YouTube has that capability, that feature that a lot of places don't have. But Twitch has the cultural mindset of monetization that is so ingrained in the cultural zeitgeist of viewers on Twitch that as a streamer, if you don't have the capability of being an affiliate or a partner, people, they'll watch you, but they're not going to give you money, because even though you have like your Tip Me at Coffee or Patreon or Streamloots sometimes, or most of the time, the viewers are not going to go to a third-party site to give you money. They're ingrained to see, oh, I can give you bits if you're an affiliate or a partner, or I can sub to you, because they don't want to go to an off-site location and go through that. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not disparaging anybody. It's just that the mindset of, I don't want to go to an offsite. I don't want to do extra clicks to do something that is, if it's here, I can see the button, I can click it and give you money. It's a first party. That's the mindset of a majority of people that are on Twitch. And Twitch has been, what's the word? Like, they have that to a perfection with having viewers donating or tipping the streamers money. So it's a money stream. They have perfected this system of doing this that YouTube is taking notes on and actually is implementing these features as well. But it's a slow rollout and trying to get the people that watch on YouTube, that watch videos or watch live streams, to get them used to setting up as becoming a membership, which is equal to becoming a sub on Twitch, or the super chats or anything like that. And even Twitch is taking notes at somewhat of a not as good system as YouTube, integrating like super chats or super cheers or whatever they're called on the Twitch side of things. So there's a lot of back and forth between all these companies and platforms and services that they're trying to one up each other, which is great, which is perfect for us as content creators and also perfect for viewers and potential community members. That this competition is really good. That I don't know why. I can see why. I know why. A lot of people say YouTube sucks because they don't have this, or Twitch is stupid because there's so many ads. I'm getting tired of ads. It's okay. I see your point, but they have to make money. It's a business. It's nothing's going to be free forever. Especially in the past decade, especially in the past couple of years, it's going to be that you're going to have to see that they're going to have to find some way to make money. And if you don't like it, don't use it or don't watch him, your favorite streamer, because they're playing a minute and a half of ads every hour. But they have to do I forget, every half an hour, because I know as an affiliate, because I used to have an affiliate status on my other account, the Two Tone Waffle account, that you only get a 30-minute window that if you run ads, that pre-rolls would be disabled. So you have to run another set of ads, a small number, like 30 seconds or so, to restart the clock of disabling pre-rolls. And in effect, you get a minute and 30 seconds of ads run within an hour, which sucks because you have to do that every 30 minutes because it doesn't build up. So it's there. I wish the ways how they implement is similar to how YouTube, from what I've seen, because I'm not a YouTube partner. So I'm not in the YouTube partner program, so I don't see the ways of how you can run ads, but I've seen what people have shared, what the screens are. You can disable ads completely or run it like pre-roll ads and that's it. Or have it different positions, or you have more control over on YouTube than you do on Twitch. Twitch is just if you run ads now, no pre-rolls. If you don't, they get mid-rolls. And then if you're in the middle of a great, awesome, once in a lifetime thing, and you get hit with an ad. So it's just one of those things where, depending on the actual service, there's no major pros from one service over another. The only thing I can think of that might be a large pro is your viewership numbers on YouTube. Let's say potential viewership numbers on YouTube is in the billions. That's because YouTube is integrated in almost in every device, every TV, consoles, pretty much everywhere you'll be able to watch a YouTube video or live stream. Twitch, on the other hand, is much, much smaller than YouTube. They like to pretend that they're a big fish in the ocean, but when you look at the actual numbers, they're, what was it, only in the 25 million? My numbers might be wrong on that. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments and in the reviews and stuff like that on this particular episode. But yeah, it's much, much smaller than anything else. And of course, when you go down with Facebook, it's those numbers are highly inflated, so we really don't know the actual numbers for Facebook gaming. So I'm not even going to touch that. And then, of course, you got Trovo and Glemish, which are even tinier. But those two have a dedicated community revolving around each service. Just how Twitch, when they first started, they had a small community that revolved around the streamers that stream to that particular service. So it's just one of those things, is that if we can't say you must stream on this particular platform if you want to actually make it in this world and in this business. I can't say that. Other people really can't say that, even though they say, if you want to go with these numbers, do this, stream here, because we really don't know the numbers and everything else. The experience is so different depending on what you're streaming, the niche you're streaming or you're working in, creating content with. It doesn't have a set formula that if you do X plus Y, you get Z or Z, depending on where you're at. So you have to pretty much do the lead work on your own. You have to do the experimentation on your own. If you want to try out Twitch, go ahead. But majority of us that are in this space that look in these different platforms and services and alternative places as well. We see if you're playing Fortnite, you're not really gonna make it unless you're like somebody that's on an esports team or someone that's like god tier with a play style that is unmatched anywhere. Unless you have unless you have a community elsewhere that you can bring in. Twitch is really not the best place to start. Even the new places. I didn't even mention this is TikTok. TikTok has been experimenting with live streaming capabilities, but that is a whole nother issue because that is so volatile with false flagging reports that gets your channel, your live stream banned or anything like that. They're not in a position to be considered a live streaming hub that people should actually go to. The quality there is very far in between of like sand molecule of sand particles. So that's why I didn't even bring it up, that it doesn't really count. But if you want to think about it, the best place to do is to create content. I know you probably have heard this from many different people. The best place to do your content is YouTube and TikTok. Because I would lean heavily on YouTube because you can do your short form content. You can also do your live streaming, and you can also have your long form, which are your videos, your edited videos and stuff like that. So I would heavily utilize a YouTube, TikTok infrastructure and how you get your name out there. If you're very serious about this and you're not doing this for a hobby, if you're doing it for the hobby, just ignore everything and just do whatever you want. You do you, boo. But if you want to try doing this as like a hobby or as a brand, that's what I would suggest. And I know that's what I'm parroting what a lot of other people are saying as well. So the experience and suggestions are exactly what is to be followed. Is you can see the success from other people, even though if you start small and your growth is very like slow, that is awesome. Just keep at it because many times that someone has like starts slow and all of a sudden this huge rocket goes up, and then what happens is that it plateaus and there's a huge drop, and they really can't get their head around that huge drop and thinking, what the hell happened? What did I do? It's just nothing that they've done. It's just that for some reason, whatever they did, their content, something went viral that all of a sudden it's just picked up a huge number of viewers and impressions. And they don't really understand what happened. So that drop off hurts them that, oh, I'm a failure. What I was riding high and I'm done. And then they stop streaming and that's it. So my suggestion is to just try to find a place that you think that you can try it out. Give it like 3 months, 6 months, and to see how the experience affects you, how you grow as a content creator or a live streamer, and then go from there. Branch out, see what different experiments and try different things, and see what happens and see if what works and what doesn't. Because more than times than likely, you'll fail constantly. But if you fail constantly, you're still learning and figuring out what's not working and trying something new to see eventually what does work, and then you'll find success. I know that is like a not preachy, but yeah, that's pretty much it for what I wanted to talk about tonight. And hopefully, if you find this episode interesting, go ahead, like I said before, go ahead, hit the subscribe. Go ahead so you can get the some more episodes that are coming out. And also be sure, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have this right here, this promo. I know it's not correct or it's not fleshed out, but you can find me or this show, the Cliched Crow, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, RSS feed, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere. And that website will be up and running by the time this episode airs. So go ahead and visit the podcast at clichedcrow.com and we'll see some more of this information. Now, if you are thinking about your own content creation journey, what kind of steps do you plan on doing? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely would love to hear about it, your experiences, and what you experience or what you expect out of the streaming platforms as a whole for providing this service. But until then, have a good night, and we'll catch you later.